Hi and welcome back to the channel. Apologies, it's been a bit of a while since we posted our last video. I think it's about 3, maybe 4 weeks now.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, we've all been sort of busy with work and that, and also we're doing some home improvements. So obviously that takes time out of the hobby
And space.
And space. We've cleared a lot of space to put some more bits in. Anyway, enough of that. So what we're here for today? Well, we thought we'd just do a bit of an update of what's been going on. And obviously in the UK, obviously in England, we're going to be having some more restrictions to the latest COVID pandemic crisis. But so we thought we would, in the last sort of couple of weeks, we've popped down to our good friends down at Entoyment, down in Poole, and picked up an order we had placed anyway. It was some Star Wars Legion stuff.
Well, we were meant to be picking that up, but they never ended up having them in. Fancy Flight had delayed it, so we ended up picking up some other bits instead.
Yeah, we did. So while we were there, Jamie and I are both very keen on playing Team Yankee, and so we picked up the new World War 3 starter set. I mean, you've already got a very large Soviet force already.
Depends on what you mean by very large. Depends what faction you play.
Yeah, Mel's got a German force, West German force, which is very nice. And to tell you now, the starter set of the West German force with a couple of bits is the whole of his army that you can put on the table, the amount of points it is.
Yeah, I was struggling to match points, wasn't I? Bear in mind, I was covering up this whole table.
But yeah, like many people who play Team Yankee or Flames of War, they don't like the sort of bumper to bumper with vehicles. And I hasten to add, I don't like that. But to me, it's just a game. And we enjoy playing it. It's very quick and simple. I have got Battle Group Northag. It's okay. I'm not really keen on the quality of the printing or the book itself.
The layout seems to be all over the place.
Yeah, it's not to their usual standard in my opinion. But I'll give it a go at some point. But so for me, for a bit of fun, it's got to be Team Yankee.
Or World War 3.
Or World War 3 as it is now. But we will, as I said, in the future videos, we will show you all the army showcases that we've got. I'm building up a British force at the moment.
Of course.
And I will be now building up an American force. Now I've seen these lovely beauties in here.
Of course.
But we thought, without further ado, we thought we'd actually open the box up and show you guys what you get in the starter force. And for what is it, £35 the actual
RRP
price? £35 RRP. Entoyment, obviously, they do it with a discount priced on top of that. So again, for what you get in this box, and the same with the normal World War II Flames of War. Open fire and that, yeah, it is very good value for money to get into a game. So barrier to entry, very good. So I'll spin the camera around and we can both go through the unboxing of this unboxing of this box.
So here it is, World War 3, the complete start set. We've already taken the cellophane off to have a look because we were that excited to get into it. If we flip it over, this will give you an idea of what you get in the box. All the miniatures shown here come in the box. So what are these miniatures? Well, we've got one American force coming with 3 Abrahams, with one of them to be your HQ tank, 2 M60s and 2 M3 Bradleys. And for the Soviet force, you get a HQ T-80, another 3 T-80s, 3 T-64s and 2 Bmp3 recon vehicles. You also get
well, you could use them, I suppose, as the infantry carriers and things like that.
Infantry carriers, yeah.
But
the set is designed for recon.
Recon, yeah.
You also get a complete A5 rulebook. So to get a complete rulebook in the starter set for £35, there's some other companies who could learn from that.
Yeah, exactly.
You also get a quick start guide, so get you an idea of how to form your army, your building instructions. You also get all the unit cards available to play. And you also get 20 dice. So let's see what this actually looks like in the box. If we break it open here, we see we start with the Americans. Now we've got some of the new Bradleys here, 2 sprues.
Get them up close to have a look at the sprue. Yeah, mate, do you want to bring it in? There we are. We can get it in closer. So yeah, it's quite some good, nice detail on those Bradleys. And that, again, you can build it with different variations of the different marker Bradley, with extra applied armour or not for the tracks and everything. Yeah, mate.
Definitely too. Next here, looks like we've got the Abrams with both options. You can have the 105mm gun or the 120.
Yeah, I think that the original kit they did when Team Yankee one come out, yeah, they just recoloured it and that. It's a lovely kit. I was impressed with that when they brought that one out first time round.
You also get Your American tank commanders in there.
You got that, mate? See if we can get it up a bit closer to the camera. There we go.
And finally, the 2 patterns.
Yeah, the old M60s and that. Yeah, see if we can get a little bit more detail on there to show the viewers. So not too bad to put together by the looks of it and that, you know, sort of pretty straightforward. Yeah, pretty straightforward and that, isn't it? They look quite good.
Right. Now onto the Soviet forces.
That's what you want.
This is where I've been looking at it. Here are the 2 BMP3s.
Yeah.
Again,
so currently at the moment you get the BMP2s, don't you, and
the
BMP1s and that in different variations that you can make out for those 2.
It's obviously a new one.
Yeah. So they're looking like that they're putting the moving the timeline on a little bit to sort of like the mid to late 80s into the 90s by the looks of it.
And the kit that's already out right now is the T-64s.
Yeah. Again, I think you use these in the oil. Is it the oil wars that they do?
Wars.
Yeah, and that. So again, I think it's a big misconception in that with the Cold War and that everyone assumed that the Russians would have had a lot of their T-72s, T-80s and that, but there's probably a lot of the old T-55s and that, and they're
still knocking about
T-60s
somewhere.
and that kicking around and that.
And finally, for the sprues, we've got the new tanks, T-80s, very beautiful sprue, especially on the turret.
Yeah, I'll bring these ones up in a minute so we can show the viewers and that. And there's the turret there. Again, I think that looks really nice detail on that. Again, 15mm, can't go wrong really. I think, you know, it's a good sort of balance between sort of the smaller micros and obviously moving up to your 20mm, 28mm stuff and that. Yeah, that's nice with the fuel tanks on the back. There you go, mate.
And that's all of the vehicles. Now, the Russian tank commanders are the plastic sprues here, which if anybody plays Soviets for the Flames of War, will probably have a million of these kicking around like I do, since they use the same sprues in every box.
Yeah, I'll show you that.
You need to get, say, loads of boxes, and you get one of them in every box.
Okay. Yeah, turn that one over so you can see that. It's the same both sides, isn't it? There you go. Yeah, not too bad, quite nicely detailed.
And as I say, if you do both sort of World War II and Team Yankee, you got millions of them.
Anyway, got loads anyway, yeah.
As for the dice, 10 of each, 10 red, 10 blue.
Yeah.
Red versus blue.
Yeah. That was an old Milky Way advert.
Yeah.
Remember that Milky Way bar?
Next, open up the bag. Here you see you get your unit cards. If I just take them out of the packaging for you a second. Starting from the Americans, you've got the new Bradleys.
Yeah.
The Pattons. And the Abrams, both the normal and your headquarters.
Yeah.
With, again, as normal, on the back, your points cost, special rules, and where you can actually find and build your formation.
Yeah, that's right. It does give you the actual box codes, doesn't it, of
Yes.
what they are. Yeah, that's what I do like about what Battlefront does with their kits. Especially if you're looking for something, you look up the code and that, you know what you're buying then.
And here you got the new Bmp3 Scout with a 5 armour on the front. It's quite nice.
I'm going to come a bit closer so we can get out there. There we go. Yeah, we are. What? Should bring up the Abrams one again a minute, mate. That's it. Yeah, because it should give you. Yeah, that's it. This one shows you the early Abrams with the 105. Okay, and obviously you've got the improved armour version on there. And then obviously when you look into the American book, you can upgrade them to the later one with their 120mm.
And you do get that option on the kit in this box.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
And again, you got the T80s there, the new T80 card.
There you go.
A tank that's actually a bit pricey for the Soviets.
Yeah. welcome to the NATO world. Yeah. There's obviously what your points cost and everything on there.
And again, you've got the T64s and the tank battalion there. Next up, A5 rulebook. Again, the newer rules, which is good. Just get out of the packaging. It's a nice compact rulebook. And as I said, to include that in a starter set for 35 quid,
yeah, that's right.
Nice to play. And then you got the start here guide. As the title suggests, you should start here.
Yeah.
So if we click through this, your little pamphlet for getting in, it has all your stats in a book format right here, and it also gives you a sort of combat team there to show you how to form the force.
Yeah, those combat team Zulu there, that's actually not in the main American book. This is just formations for this starter set, isn't it, if I'm led to believe?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that will become apparent as to why we're saying that when we get to Soviets, especially. So, assembly instructions, not too complex instructions.
No.
Nice and easy to get into. And then onto the Soviets. Now, the reason why we've just said that is when you go to the T-64s, you only get 3 in the box. And again, you can see here, I can include one company with T-64 there with a T-80 command. That's fine for this battalion. If I'm running T-64s in a normal force, like if I was to try to do a T-64 tank battalion, I would need 1 as a HQ and then minimums of 3s.
Yeah, as you can see it on there, can't you? The minimum selection there is 3 for 13 points.
So if I bought, say, another box of T-64s, I would take 1 out. That would give me 8 in total. I'd put 1 as a HQ. I'd run a 4 and a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're like me, the numbers have to match up. So I'd have to get another starter set.
OCD.
Well, what a shame. I have to get more T-80s as well. And again, simple enough, assembly instructions.
Yeah.
And here you can see what the next bits to buy after the set. So you've got your army books.
The American book's already out, which we've already got, haven't we? The American book and the cards, and obviously the Soviets
will be
ones
soon.
Yeah. And again, they all come with their own starter sets as well,
which you can see on this back page.
Yeah.
Which is the new starter set here. So again, the American one's already out, and also gives you a preview of what's coming in the Soviet one.
Yeah.
Very T-80.
So you can sort of plan your army and that around what's coming. With buying a force like that, it gets you into the game along with the starter set, and you've got quite a large.
It's enough to play a game. To be honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now one last thing that does come in the box, which is a bit of a surprise, is the tokens, which you can see here. You've got the American tokens at the back. And then you've got the Soviet tokens here, which is a bit weird because normally in their boxes they almost have like a felt backed tokens with acrylic tops, but I guess for the starter set they've decided to do cutouts to keep the cost down. Yeah.
Well, not too bad. Like I say, you can get the tokens separately anyway, and the objective mark is separate. So if you like, I suppose this is just to see if you like the game or not. You need to punch them out and do whatever you're doing.
Cut them out.
Yeah, exactly. So
whatever.
It ain't too bad. Again, I think for £35 retail price, it is very good value for money. Again, having a full rule book in there, you've got all your cards to play the game with. And then if you don't like the game, if it's not for you, you've not spent a lot of money. £35, like I said, it's not a lot of money.
Yeah, most starter sets you see now are like 60 to up to 100
Well,
quid.
I mean, not being funny, look what Untitled cost us, and that weren't even a starter set.
Yeah, exactly.
so that's what I'm saying. So for this, I think it was worth good value for money. Like I said, if you
already have an army, it's still good value to expand your army.
Exactly that, yeah, definitely. Especially with your Soviets that you've got, you can now add in the new stuff.
Well, even if you're an American player, you could buy that and then sell your Soviets on, and you could probably quite easily get at least half your money back from that. So you're only spending like 15
Good point. That is a good point. £35. There you go. Look, £17.50 each. 2 people getting into it. Both of you got a starter force to play. Can't go wrong. Where can you buy a game for £17.50? And get you start playing? That is cheap as chips. I mean, fish and chips is getting dear these days.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So there we have it. That is the Team Yankee World War III unboxing. I'm really excited about getting into this. We do play it anyway, but certainly bringing these new forces and that into our existing forces would be great.
To expand it even more, doesn't
Exactly,
it?
yeah. I mean, we play it in our own way. We don't literally play it religiously how the game is written. We do like to have a little bit of one-sidedness and play like with a sort of an RPG Empire side of the game. So there's loads of different ways you can play it. But as a game, it's brilliant. It's good fun. It does what it says on the tin. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, thanks for Jamie for going through that with us. That was really interesting. And so there we have it. That's the video for today. And hope to see you again soon. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.